Yeah, good evening, everyone. Um, can we all hear me clearly? Hope there's no distraction in the background. If there's distraction in the background, just let me know so that I can get rid of that. So if you can hear me clearly, please let me know. There's distraction in the background, just okay. You can all hear me loud and clear. Yeah, so how was our day? How was today? Hope we enjoyed today. How was practice? What was the experience doing the assignment? Let me see what was our experience laying our hands on the assignment. Was it a wonderful one? I saw our assignments already. I went through the Instagram and I saw that a lot of us are picking up really fast. So that's commendable. Please put your hands together for yourselves. Okay. Mm. Yeah, hope your gadgets are well charged and well prepared for class today. Yeah. So let me start off today. I'll do the reviews as usual, but I need to clarify um, one or two things so that our momentum can be together. Nobody's left behind. So I went through our comments yesterday, and I saw that some people were like, "It's too fast. Um, it's too slow." I don't even know where people want me to hang, to be honest, because I believe one of the reasons why the organizers made this on YouTube is so that you can go back and rewatch. If there was anything you didn't get or you didn't pick, you can go back and rewatch. There are a lot of students in class. Some persons want us to move fast, 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 fast. Some persons are saying, "Oh, show us again, this, that." The truth is, if you had to take graphic design for a whole year, you won't still learn everything. That's the truth. So, no pressure. Make sure you are following the pace of the class. That's the only advice I can give you. Whether slow or fast, follow the pace of the class. So you have the opportunity to rewatch. You understand? And I'll try as much as possible not to be too fast. But I don't think I was too fast yesterday, anyways, because I took my time to. And majority of us that were complaining, we are spending time on review. Go and check the designs people did. I'll show you. I'll share the screen. It was a lot better. And why? It was because of the review we had yesterday. Because a lot of things I corrected in our designs yesterday, a lot of us implemented it today. While doing the assignments I gave us yesterday, a lot of us implemented those corrections and it made our designs better. Like I was even happy looking at those designs today. So when I am reviewing your work, if you want me to be giving you back to back assignments without checking them, you will not grow. The essence of assignments is not just for you to do the assignment, but it's for you to get corrected where you got it wrong. Because before you know it, 3 months will be over and there will be no class. Nothing like I'm coming to your faces Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. So, or Mr. Dayo, because Mr. Dayo is still going to take us next month as well. From wherever I stop, Mr. Dayo is going to pick it up. So you still have an opportunity of learning a lot. So let us take it step by step, because if you are too slow too, you won't cover what you're supposed to cover. And learning is continuous. In the next 3 years, you are still learning. Even me, I'm still learning to today. So just that we are at different learning curves. You are just starting. Me, I might have reached this learning curve, but you are just starting. And my job is to bring you up to speed, even if not up to where I am, but you should be able to see where I am for where I will bring you to, or you should be able to even pass where I am. So if you can grab everything you can grab these 3 months, please do, do, do. So I'm not seeing our comments anymore. I hope I hope you can still hear me. So please do. Somebody even said, don't let me go into all of that. So please do. So I know a lot of us are learning. If you have been learning from this class, please let me know in the comment section if you have learned a lot, so that I can be sure that people can hear me. If you have learned a lot from the design class, so that I can be sure that okay, yes, I am not just coming up to show here 7 p.m. and people are not learning. I can't see our comment, so let me refresh my YouTube. Probably it's from me. Mm, uh, okay, I can see our comments now. Okay, my audio is breaking up a little bit. Please, let me check that. I don't know. Is my audio still breaking up? Yeah, so a lot of people are saying that. Yeah, so don't wait for the real Photoshop training. The real Photoshop training have started. Oh, if you are waiting for the real Photoshop training, you might have to wait till the end of the class, and you discover that we are done with Photoshop. So we have been working with Photoshop for the past 2 days now. So the real Photoshop training has started. Just be following us as we are going, as we are going, as we are going. Excuse me. So we'll learn more. We'll learn more. Somebody said those things are not on Photopia. So maybe we'll try and also do something together on Photopia today. For those of us, uh, God bless you, Ebos Lulu. Says she's no more, or he or she is no more scared of Photoshop interface. So that's good. Mm. Oh, just give me a second, please. I need to check up on my battery, so that yeah, I already said that I'm going to touch Photopia. I'll touch Photopia this class, so that we can bring those on Photopia up to speed as well. But I'll be using a laptop. Oh. I'm not using phone to teach Photopia. Um, I don't even know. Um, my second phone is my. Maybe in next class we'll find a class where we use phone to teach. Maybe the class I'm using phone to teach, Pixel Lab. Yeah, so we can just do Photopia with that class as well. Oh, okay. Sorry, just give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm back here now. Um, okay, so I'm here. I'm here already. So let's go ahead and start for the day. I'll just go right into assignment review. I'm trying to load up my Instagram. Okay, so can we see my screen now? Can we see my screen now? Please, technical support, kindly show just my screen so that they can have a wider view. Thank you very much, sir Omar. Thank you very much. Just thank you very much. Okay, so you can see my screen. Yeah. So let's go. All of us did a very, very great job. So I was going through our comment section because that's where I get feedback from everyone. So I need to be reading it as I'm teaching as well. So it's actually quite amazing that some of the corrections that we have reviewed in the past, some of us are still making those mistakes. Some of us are still making some mistakes that we have already talked about in the so it tells me those that used to come to class and those that don't come to class. So yeah, so let me start from here. So the image I sent to us yesterday, I don't know whether it's Instagram that maybe this person doesn't know how to post on Instagram. So the person uh the person cut off the top or something. I don't know. I don't know. So then but number one, I told us in one of the classes when we were talking about how to use images and all. Please don't see me on the screen. No, I don't want you to see my face. I want you to see what we are doing in the class. You don't need to see my face as long as you can hear my voice. I was actually the one that asked technical support to help us remove my face so that you guys can have a very broad view. So uh I don't know. Don't wait for my face, so please. So okay, so now this person stretched the image, which is against our principles. So the image I sent to you yesterday was not stretched. So and I told us that whenever we are using images or shape or any element at all, I told us don't stretch it. If you want to increase it, you have to make sure that everything is increased to proportion. Everything is increased to proportion. I already explained that. So please don't stretch. Don't stretch. Don't stretch. Don't stretch. So please don't stretch again. So this person now, this stretch that you stretch has already spoiled your design. So you can't post it. I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean by you can't post it, Mr. Olufemi. I don't understand what you meant by that you can't post it. So the image, look at the way Daniel is here. It looks stretched, like compressed. No, that's very, very wrong. So, and then your color, no, this is not what I thought was yesterday. What software did you use? I don't know what app. This looks like maybe you use Pixel Lab or something. This was not what I thought was yesterday. So we'll still review it together anyways. And I told us yesterday about spacing our text. It still repeated the same thing. This thing is almost even close to the edge. You know, I explained this to us yesterday. Look at the space above your text here. There's a lot of space here. Then there is little space here. So it's not properly aligned. So it's not, yeah. So that's that about that. Let me move to somebody else. Yes. So okay, I'll show us in Photoshop how to. What it just means is, okay, let me go to Photoshop. Okay, let's do the way we did it yesterday. Um, let me go to Photoshop now. Just give me, because I want to see my face. Let me show my face more. So let me go to Photoshop a little and show you how to increase the proportion. This is a practical class. Okay, so let me share screen. So can we see my screen now? Can we see my screen? Can we see Photoshop display? We can't see it. Uh, I just stopped sharing. I didn't know it will show. Let me share it again. So technical support, please help us so that it can be broad. Okay, thank you. So hope you can see very well now. Okay, so I had troubles transferring the image to my laptop. Can you show me how? Noted. I know we'll still have to repeat it again. You see now, so nobody should complain that I'm fast or I'm too slow. The image was sent to our class group already. So it was sent to our class group yesterday. So I don't think anybody should have any issue. Our community rather. I don't think anybody should have challenges accessing the image. So you see that I changed the color from what I used to teach us in class yesterday. Okay, so now let me bring in another image to explain this for to us, or maybe the same image. Let me look for the same image. Um, that's in Photoshop. Okay, this is the image now. So, so this is the image now. So let's say I want to resize this image. After I show my transform codes, I already told you how to show transform codes by pressing Ctrl T or Command T. It brings out all these codes or anchor points or whichever one you want to call it. So if you drag like this, okay, you see, if you look at the top of your screen, sorry, if you look at the top, look at this menu here, look at this. You see this link icon, something that looks like a chain connecting dots here. So it has to be checked for you to increase the size of your image. See, look at it, maintain aspect ratio. So that if it's not clicked, something like this is going to happen. If it's not checked, your images will stretch like this when you're trying to maybe increase it or whatever you're trying to do to it. So this is what happened to the first design. So I guess he wanted to reduce they wanted to scale the picture down, then this happened. So we don't want that to happen to our designs. So anytime you want to scale, make sure that you maintain aspect ratio by coming to this top menu here. You look, see this like something like a linking icon. So tap on it. Then when you want to increase, you hold down uh, your left button on your mouse or your trackpad. Then you drag. See that all the sizes are increasing simultaneously. Do you understand that now? The same size I asked you to use is the same size I used, and my own did not stretch. So please understand what I'm trying to teach us. The size, you will get a lot of images that is not the exact size of your canvas. It will happen a lot of times. So whenever you are increasing it, just make sure you don't disobey that rule. Scale to proportion. Some part of your images will bleed out. That's normal. So for example now, as I'm trying to scale to proportion now, some part of the image has already bled out. So that means it's not going to be in my design. This is what I have here. Look at in my own design that I even did. You are not actually seeing the well at the top, like the sorry, is it well and now? See, you're not seeing the top of the pit, this place in the design I made for us yesterday. Look at it. You're not seeing it there, and that's because the size of the design is 1200 by 1080. So if I try to if I say I want to show it by force, I'll be stretching the image. Do you understand? Do we understand now? uh oh my goodness. Is Mr. Dayo maybe Mr. Dayo should come and help me, yes, because I'm seeing a lot of so you don't stretch your image whenever you are working on designs. So I hope we understood that. Let me go back to the assignment we were reviewing. So please don't stretch your images next time on. Do we understand? So yeah, always make sure that you maintain aspect ratio. Even if it is text, don't stretch your text, don't stretch your image, don't stretch anything you want to use for your design, for your project, don't stretch it. You understand? Don't stretch it. Don't stretch it. So okay, so using the text tool. I thought somebody said they don't know how to bring in image to Photoshop. I've taught that like 3 times now. So always come to class so that you don't keep dragging us back in class. So because of that person, I have to still repeat that. Yeah, so that's the correction on this. Then I already corrected or about this text issue yesterday. The spacing around your text. Mr. Dai already taught us that. He taught us to let your text breathe. I also taught us let your text breathe or whichever one. Yeah, so hmm, now we had a class on color, and this is directly very opposite to what we discussed about color. So it's actually amazing that some of us are still making this mistake that we corrected in class yesterday about this spacing around your text. Is we're still not getting it yet. So for me, this pink is not working on this blue. So if you look at my design that I did that I showed us yesterday and the one I even showed us now, you notice that it's still the same color I used. But what changed? Who can tell me what changed? I used just one color, but what changed in the color? What really changed? Who still remembers? Who remembers what that term is called in color theory? No, not gradient. It's still the same color, but one is deeper, one is lighter. No, we spoke about value. We learned about value. We've forgotten value. Thank you, Ayomide Ajiboye. So, okay, so this color is not working. You can't use pink together with this blue. No, it's not going to work. It's not working. Then this is not the size I told us to work with yesterday. I told us to work with 1200 and 1080. So this is not what I told us to do yesterday. So I think going forward, I'll have to be strict with the reviews now so that we can get it once and for all and move forward. So okay, this person is did a good job, but this person also didn't follow the aspect ratio. Mm. Well done, sir. Okay, I see people who are trying to catch up with the class. The only error I see here is this place is not neat. I told us that neatness is very important in design. This area is not neat at all. This area is not neat at all. So she'll have probably then the this part looks faded in. Like looks faded in. It's not really showing like the idea we were trying to create in class yesterday. So this is just the only part where you got it all wrong. Yeah, this is 100. I give this person. This person has been following the class very well. So I give this, although the image looks stretched too, and I've corrected that in class. So please let's not make that mistake again. So another person that stretched the image. See now, this person also stretched. So a lot of see now I've started using Photoshop. So I believe that very soon Photoshop geniuses in the house. Hey. This person did this is not what I asked us to do. I said 1,200. I didn't even say you should do before and after. I only gave us what to do. And this is not what I asked us to do in one word. So it looks like what I asked us to do, but you didn't follow the brief. Okay, oh, good. But I don't know why our designs are not looking as sharp as my own. Maybe those people use phone. Maybe these are people that use phone. Those that use Photoshop, their designs still coming out. This is good. This is good. Okay. Some of us try to use another shape. That's nice. So let's rush, let's rush, let's rush, let's rush. This is wrong. I've already said this times to that number. Avoid this kind of text. Avoid it. See now there's no space above here. This is wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Yesterday I told us that we shouldn't use there are two things I told us is that we shouldn't use anyhow. This design is not meeting the standard of our class. Oh, because I told us yesterday don't use outline anyhow and don't use shadows anyhow. I told us about color. Red on this version of green is not working. You put outline, you use red, put white outline. No, no. I even taught us a little bit of color harmony when I was talking about the color wheel, complementary colors and analogous colors. So you might want to go to that video where we spoke about colors and all of that and see what. And again, you don't even have to do all of that stress if you were in class yesterday. You just simply follow what we taught in class yesterday. So I wouldn't have done this. So this stretching again, don't stretch. I'm saying it because when I give us another assignment today, don't submit stretched design. No. So yeah. And what I will try to do is that maybe I'll just give us two colors to work with so that I don't begin to see multiple colors like this. So that's what I'm going to do this time around. So yeah, that's that about this design. So even your spacing too. So those are the little details that people don't pay attention to. That designers, what makes you different from another designer is your proper application of the principles of design and all those little details that we are trying to point to you in this class. You understand? So those are what makes you stand out as a designer. So let me see. Our color application is poor so far. The way we have been using our color so far is very, very poor. So let me stop sharing and go to Photoshop. Can we see Photoshop now? It's loading, right? So I don't let's wait for it to load so that I don't close it again and then to now load. It's loading. It's not, let me reshare it again. I don't think it's going to come up. Let me share it again. Okay, so I believe it's up now. Um, Ajibola, please. I already explained that we might not be able to look at all the designs one by one, review everything one by one. And but I can assure you, some of you saw me like your designs today. So that tells you that I'm checking it. Even though I know a lot of us didn't do it because we used to have lots of assignments. So most of us didn't attempt it. Probably it's only the people that have Photoshop that attempted it. Some of us using Photopia and phone, we didn't bother to attempt it. So yeah, that's quite all right. So all right. So for the person that does not know how to bring in image on Photoshop, so let me because of you, I brought in the, did you see when I brought in this image? You should have seen me when I was doing that. So you just go to your file explorer or wherever you want to bring in the image from. So documents or downloads, anywhere you want to bring in the image from. So then you go to where your image is or whatever material you want to bring in. Then you carry it and drop it inside Photoshop. As simple as that. Do you understand? So do you understand that now? So and I believe the same thing also runs on Photopea. So let me try and see what's going on Photopea. Or where's Photopea? Did I open it? Okay, hold on. Let me go to Photopea. So open a new project. Again 1080 1200. Create. So let's try to bring in an image drag and drop method on Photopea. So bring it to trying to take it into Photopea. See now, you see where Photoshop clone can never be Photoshop. So I think we just have to go to file. Let's go to file, open, downloads. Then we'll go to where our image is. Yeah, so it's in. Then you bring it to your. So can we see that now? Do we see how I brought it in Photopea? Did we see how I brought it in on Photopea? I think I let me check our comments. Okay, so that's how to bring in image on your photo pair. So let me quickly go back to Photoshop. Yeah, some of us are asking how to save your file on Photoshop before you send to your phone. So there are so many ways, there are so many formats you can save your file. You can rewatch the class, so see me repeat the process for something. That's why the class is actually a YouTube class. You can always rewatch the class. So if you didn't pick it from the once or twice that I have done it, so just let's be patient so that we can all gain something from this class. So there are so many formats. If you come to file, you see export as. If you click on export as, you will see so many options. Hold on, still trying to load up. Yeah. So I'll still show us the shortcut I used though. So if you come to format, it's still loading up here. Oh, what's going on? Let me repeat that process. So you can see quick export as PNG. You can see quick export as PNG. So that means you can export your design as a PNG. You can also save it as, okay, this route is not working on my laptop. I don't know. So, but what I do majorly is I press Control Shift Alt S. Control plus Shift plus Alt plus S. Let me put it in the comment section. That's how I got here, so that you not ask me what did I press again. Control plus Shift plus Alt plus S. You press it together. So that's what I pressed. Control plus Shift plus Alt plus S. You press together. Then if you come here, you see you can export as GIF. If it's a GIF that you have done, as JPEG, as PNG 8 bit PNG. That's what it means. And 24-bit PNG, or as a web image or web bitmap. This is what WBMP means. But most of the time, just choose JPEG. Once you choose JPEG, set your quality to 100, put this on maximum, then go ahead and do what? Click on save. Save here. See, look at it, save. Click on save, then it automatically brings out where you want it to be saved on your computer. Let's say I want to be saved on this PC, or I want to be saved on, click on documents, then open. Okay, let me look for another location. Let me just put it on desktop to save our time. So so it automatically goes to my desktop to save, and I can find it on desktop and pick it from there. See it. Let me go to my desktop so that I can see it. So look at it here. It's finally saved on my desktop. Look at it. Finally saved on my desktop here. So that's how to save a design from Photoshop. You can also save as PSD. How do you save that? How do you save your Photoshop file as well? Um, you can press same Control S that we use in Office Word. So same Control S that we use in Office Word saves your design for you. But if you want to save your design in another format, you use Control Shift S. You understand? You use Control Shift S, then it brings out the format you want to save it as. Save as type. Click on this. See as PDF, as large document format, as TIFF. You can see all the formats here. So if you want to save your file as PDF, just come here and click Photoshop PDF. So Photoshop PDF is usually very heavy compared to CorelDRAW PDF or any other software PDF. So Photoshop PDF is always heavy. So this is Photoshop documents. So depending on what you want to save it as. So that's Control Shift S. That's how you get to this pop-up. I hope you understand that now. So probably some of us have not been able to submit assignment because we don't know how to save our design from Photoshop. And those of us that submitted, I hope it's not screenshot that you did. You just did screenshot from Photoshop and then crop it to where your design is and submitted it. Because some of our designs were not clear. So I suppose that's what some of us did. You just did screenshot and just cropped it in. No time, Daddy, let me not waste time. And submitted the assignment like that. Okay, so can we move on now? Did we understand that? Please let me know in the comment if we understood that. Let me know if we got that already. So did you get that already? Okay, understood. Yeah. Yes, you can resize with Photopea. You can also resize with Photopea. Okay, so that's how to save your design on Photoshop. So we stopped at this practical yesterday. So let's go on. I was trying to show us around the tools in Photoshop. So and I was showing us the adjustments, how to add adjustment layers to your file. So and I think I explained the concept of smart objects to us. Let me do something here. So I explained the concept of smart objects to us. So if you look at this image here now, that's the image I sent to you yesterday. As I brought it into Photoshop, it has one small icon here that looks like a dog eared document here. So which shows that, which tells me that this is a smart document. This is a Photoshop smart document. So you can convert any image to a smart document depending on what you want it to achieve. Can convert any image. So if I double click on this, so it simply tells you that there is another Photoshop file that is embedded in that layer. That is what this little icon means. This little icon, let me take my cursor away so that I can see it. This little icon here, that is what it means. So if you imported that image into Photoshop, it will tell you the same thing. So if I click on it, if I click on that little icon now, this is the layer that it is. See, this is the layer that is embedded in that is embedded in this single layer. Do you understand? Let me go back again. Let me bring it close. You see now, this Photoshop document now is what was embedded inside this small icon. So anything I do here and save will automatically come and reflect here without me having to come and do it here. And that's the concept of mockups as well. So now let's come here now and try to, let me type something here so that you understand what I'm trying to say. Or wait, let me do something. Let me do something. But don't ask me how I did what I'm doing now. It's just an example. Don't ask me how did I do it. I just want to quickly do something um for you to see something, for you to understand what I'm trying to say. So please don't ask me how did I do it. They're already ready for me. They will soon say, please go back again. How did you do it? Please go back again. So this is just like I'm just trying to do. There's nothing serious I'm doing here. I just want to explain something to you with this. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Daniels here, right? So let me kind of reduce it so that I can bear in mind the aspect ratio of the other documents. So Command T. Yeah. So you see now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Daniels here, right? If I save it using Control S, remember that I'm working. Hold on, something's cancel this document to the original for flatten layers and discard extra data. Then choose file to save again. But you can save this file and save it. Okay. Let me see what I can do. Don't know. Hmm. Just hold on. I'm just trying to use it to explain the concept of of flat boards for you. Yeah, and it says flat boards, smart boards. Okay. Can you see it now? It has applied on this other document, and I did it from here. So do we understand what smart document is now? Is smart objects now? Sorry, smart object is a layer, a layer that has a PSB file in it. That's another PSD file inside it. So when you work on the other PSD file, it automatically reflects on the original. You work on the other file and save it, it automatically reflects on the original file. So do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So I made it here, then I saved it and it automatically reflected here. So do we understand that now? So when somebody says smart objects, that's what smart objects is. And then another thing, another area where smart objects is very, very useful is that Photoshop is always known to rasterize images. Like if you when you bring in an image into Photoshop and you zoom it in, zoom it out, it loses quality. It begins to look like it's getting blurry. It's not able to retain the pixel quality of that image. It's not able to retain the exact amount of pixels in that image. So it loses quality. Once you reduce it and increase it again, it starts looking blurry. So to prevent that, you make use of smart objects. So are we the people saying no, please, what are you saying no to? Let me know so that I can go back. Oh. The people saying no, what are you saying no to? I'm seeing a lot of yes, sir. I'm seeing a lot of understood. So I'm still seeing some people saying no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. So what are we saying? Oh? Let me know, please. Just type it in the comment section. I want to know what is this that we are not understanding so that I can. Okay, you don't understand what I did. Let me go back. Okay. Let me. How do I explain it now? Uh, while working with layers in Photoshop, you understand me now. So let me see if this will work. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to see what I can do. And J solid color. Don't bother about what I'm doing right now. So just don't bother about it. Okay, so let me just continue and teach you with this already. So when you have on your layers panel, you can see that some of the layers like this, they don't have this icon that is here. Can you see smart object thumbnail where I put my icon? You can see smart object thumbnail, right? Where I put my icon. Can we all see that? Sorry, I'm coming. Just give me a second. I'm trying to I'm still with you. I want to share my screen again. Yeah, so we are back now. Can we all hear me? Can we all hear me? There's actually no way for me to monitor. I'm trying to monitor our chat from the studio at the same time I'm on, but I think that's not going to work. So let me just go back to my phone and check our chats now. So yeah, so let me quickly explain that before we go on class break. I'm seeing that it's almost time for a break. Yeah, you can hear me clearly. Okay. So now think of Photoshop file as of a smart object rather as a file that has files inside it. So this layer that is a smart object layer is a layer that is carrying other things inside it. So and it is represented by this icon. This tiny icon that you are seeing here, if you double click on it, it will take you to another file that is inside it, which is this file. So on the file that is embedded inside it, whatever you do on that file reflects on the main file that was carrying the layer that is the smart object before. Do you understand now? Can we all leave Photopea alone and concentrate on what I'm teaching in this in this Photoshop first? Just concentrate on what I'm teaching you here. Let's leave Photopea for now. We'll come back to Photopea. So that's so now this is the PSB file. The PSB file is the name of the file that is embedded in the smart object. It's called PSB. So that's Photoshop smart object. So anything I do here, for example, I duplicated Daniel inside this smart object layer. That was what when I now saved it, it reflected here. That's what made it to reflect here. So that is how a smart object functions. And I also told us that Photoshop makes use of rasterizes images rather in such a way that if you bring in any object or any image into Photoshop, you reduce it, you increase it again, it will lose quality. So in order to prevent that from happening, you put it as a Photoshop smart object. Do you understand that now? So let me allow us to go on break now. We'll come back after break. I'll continue the explanation and go into the tools for today. Then we'll round up the class. So please, it's time to take your attendance. Thank you. We will be back by 8:05. Okay, so I am back. How are we getting along? I hope you are enjoying the class. I want to know. Please put on the comments. Put in the comment. Let me know if you are enjoying the class. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Are we learning from the class? I told you I don't want to just be teaching, so that by the end of this class we'll have a lot of designers. Okay. Yeah, the person that was saying, so if you do anything on the layer, it automatically affects the first layer. Yes, but you have to save it first. Not like saving it as a file you want to send to your phone. Just by pressing Control S. That's how you need to just Control S, then it will simply appear to your layer. It will simply appear to your first document, rather to your original document, sorry. To simply affect that. So you are correct. So because I don't want us to see me doing something, then you're not like, what did you do? Yeah, so if you have anything on your layer that you want to um convert to a Photoshop smart object, I'll show you how to do that as well. I'll show you how to do that. So I'm just waiting for other people's comments before I go on, so that nobody will drag me back. Okay, so I think we are good to go now. Let me just go back to Photoshop right now. Hey, please note I didn't say that you should save your file, your image as PSB file. Oh. You can't save your design as PSB file to send to your phone to export. It will not open. What I'm only saying is that your layers, the smart object only has to do with layers. For example, now this one is already a smart object. Let me see. Okay, let's say this rectangle now. Look at this rectangle here now. So I want to convert it to a smart object. It's not a smart object at the moment. So I'll just right click on the rectangle and see convert to smart object. You see that? Convert to smart object. You click on it, then it makes the rectangle a smart object. So if I now increase and reduce it, it doesn't affect it so much, because whatever I even do inside this smart object here is what's going to come and reflect here. You understand? So that's how it works. It's not like you save your file as a smart object, then you now export it and say you have done your design. You won't be able to upload a smart object. So do you understand that now? I hope you got that right now. Yeah, so let's go on with the class. So I think I am done explaining all this. So if you want to undo in Photoshop, it's just the same Control Z. That's undo. So that's undo in Photoshop. Undo is Control Z. Yeah, so let's go on. So we stopped at adjustments. I just needed to explain the smart object because some of you might be wondering why is this like this, why is that like that. So, and as I've shown us already how to convert an image to smart object. So, what else do I need to teach you guys over here? So I've already shown you how to use brightness and contrast, levels. Yeah, levels also is used to control the level of brightness and darkness of your subject. So let me go ahead and show us. No, I'm in the wrong. Curves. Sorry, I meant curves. So got it now. See now. I also use curves to adjust the level of brightness or darkness of your image. So you can also use curves like the way I'm turning like this. Curves is just curves is just in that same panel that has that same adjustment panel that has the brightness and contrast and everything. It's also right there. So I'm going to delete it. And don't forget, as I said, if you want the effect or whatever edit you have made on one particular layer to apply basically to just that layer, you right click on the adjustment layer and come to create clipping mask. That's the only way you can clip it inside the image. I hope you got that already. So I did not say any image you want to use be converting to PSB file. I was only trying to explain what a PSB file is, so that in case you come across it, um you know what to do. Okay, so let me delete everything on my layers panel so that we can understand one or two other things. So now this is a fresh Photoshop document. This is a fresh Photoshop document, and I'm trying to um start my design. I don't know how to bring color. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to start what. So if you look at this place, you look down here under this layer panel, you see FX, right? So this is to add style to your layer. This is to add style to your layer. If you want to delete it on your keyboard. Just simply press delete or backspace on your keyboard. So level is to add brightness or to increase the level of brightness or darkness of your object or whatever you are working on Photoshop. So that's just it. It's just like you're using brightness and contrast as well. So add layer, start using FX. Then you see the icon next to it is the layer mask icon. This icon next to it is the layer mask icon. Then here to create a new fill or adjustment layer. Then here a new group, here new layer. This is the icon to create a new layer. Then delete here. This one is for you to link layers. So but because we don't have much on the layers panel here, that's why we don't have any other thing there. So let's go on. So now let me start by giving my canvas a background. So I click on this icon. Now I already explained to us that this is like the adjustment layout to create a new fill. So click on it, you see solid color here. So the way Photoshop works, there are just so many ways of achieving the same thing. You understand? So I don't want to start explaining this one so that I don't confuse you. Everything I've already taught you on the adjustment layer is what you are seeing here as well. You can see the brightness and contrast, you can see the levels, you can see curves, you can see exposure, you can see the vibrance. Everything that is embedded inside that place is still here. So don't get yourself confused right now. So just click on solid color, then you add the color you want, whatever color you want to choose. You understand? You add whatever color you want to choose. So let's say I want to work with green. Whatever green I want to work with. So just pick your color. And if you want to use a gradient, simply talks about mixing two or more colors together. So there are different types of gradients fill. You can mix as many colors as possible that you want to mix in your background together. If you come here, am I too fast? Are we following? So please just listen to what I'm teaching you. If you have Photoshop, make sure you are practicalizing it with Photoshop. So all those people distracting us with phone, how do I right click on my phone or how do I do this on my phone? I've already assured us that we'll do something on phone later. But right now, this is not phone in front of you. This is Photoshop in front of you. Let's put our minds together so that we can learn something from this class. Please. Yeah. So let me go back again. So this is let me start afresh, go back to workspace. I told you I was using painting, right? So this is my this is my Photoshop interface right now. So and by now I believe we should have familiarized ourselves with um with some of the icons on the interface already. So this is the layer icon. Even if you put your cursor on it without clicking it though, it will tell you what icon you are on. So this is the layers icon. So if I click on my layers icon now, it has brought out the layer panel now. No audio. Can we hear me, please? Somebody confirm they can hear me. What's happening? No audio. Okay. No audio. Sorry about that, please. Let's continue. I was like no audio, and I wanted to go and restart my system because my audio was on. I wasn't understanding, but thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm sharing my screen again. Don't worry. Okay, so now I come to this. I click on the layer. Yeah, because this is the layer I want to work on. If you don't click on it, it will not affect you. You have to come and click on the layer. Yeah, so you come here. You come to this icon to create a new field. Then you come to gradient. I've already thought of solid color. If you click on solid color, you can just use that to choose whichever color you want to work with. Maybe they give you a color code. Maybe they give you 323232 as a color code to work with. You just type it. You just simply type it here. But if you just want to use green or something, just come and select the color you want to use. You understand? Then you choose it. So, but if you are not using a solid color just means one color. One color. So you can go to gradients as well. So gradient helps you to mix two or three backgrounds together. So that's what gradient does. It helps you to mix two or three backgrounds together. So if you click on gradient now, it has some presets here already. You can see basic. If you open basic, you see all these colors already mixed together. Blues, click on blues, different blues mixed together. Yeah, so if you click on, they have their own preset already. But then if you what they have in the preset, you don't have anything that you can use there. If you don't like anyone or is that the color combination you want is not there, you can come and choose your own here using these color stops. So tap on it, then you see this color area, you come. Maybe I want to use purple as my own, maybe deep purple. Yeah, so maybe this is what I want to use. Then at the other end, let's say I want to use yeah, something like this and fade it into pink. This is just okay. So okay. Then now you can see that the middle is transparent. Tells you that there is nothing there. There's no color stock there. So let me adjust that. Uh, what's going on? coming. So are we following? Oh, sorry. Just hold on. I know you'll be asking me a question now. I will still go back and explain it to you. I just want to finish it off first, and I will explain to you how I got there. Just hold on for me. Because I know some of us are already like, how did you get there, sir? What did you do there, sir? Hold on a minute. The opacity was set to 0, so I'm trying to correct that. Yeah, so now we're here. So, hmm. So now I have three color stops now, right? So I want to remix it again. Then I'll come to the first one, click on the first color stop, go to purple, my first deep purple. You can already see that it's already applying as I'm clicking on the color stops. Go to the middle color stop, tap on it, then you can see that it's already applying there. Then now let's say I want to put white at the top. So you can see now I have created a background. So and here you can click on OK when you are done. Let me adjust this a little. Yeah, you can click on OK when you're done. Then the style, you can, this is linear. This is linear. Linear is just means, or it's just straight like that. So I can choose whichever one I want. I can change it to radial. You can see the way radial are applied. So you can change it to angle. You can change it to reflected. You can change it to diamond, depending on what you want to use it to achieve. So but me, I want to leave it as linear. So click on OK. So I've created my first background like that. So are we following me? So now that's how to make use of gradients. I've shown us how to make use of gradients. So if you don't want to see this gradient again, just click the eye, then it goes. That's the eye is to indicate layer visibility. So yeah, so if you come back here, you can see pattern as well. You click on pattern, you can add any pattern you want to your background. See it now. So you can scale it down if you want. If it's too big, you feel it's too big, you can scale it down. Scale it down. But most likely you won't be using all this part. I'm just showing you for showing sake that this thing is in Photoshop. You understand? So let's say I want to even apply it. I can come here and click OK. Then I'll reduce the opacity so that it doesn't show too much. You can see. You can say I've mixed the pattern with the background. So the opacity is just the degree of visibility, you understand, to show how visible your object, the object on top of the layer is. If you don't want it to be so visible, you can reduce the opacity so that it's transparent, sort of, so that it is transparent or it is very bold or solid. Do you understand? So that's how the pattern works. That's how the pattern fill works. So you can change the pattern, whichever pattern you want, but I don't encourage you to use it sha, because you don't really need it in Photoshop. So I've already explained all of this for us before. All these brightness levels, exposure, vibrance, hue and saturation, black and white. So you won't necessarily even need all this. You will need invert, but all those ones they are not now. You will not come and learn all these ones now. So still later, much later in the class. Much later in the class. So yeah, so now coming to the tool panel, the tools panel. If you look here, You see the first two here, the very first two here. So I hope the person that was asking how to create background has gotten how to create background now. Though there are still more advanced levels of creating background, but for the intermediate, for the beginner class, let's leave it at that. So because I see a long way to go, let's leave it as that for the beginner class. So look at the move tool here. So the move tool, as it suggests, is used to move things around. Let me bring in an image. So the move tool, as it suggests in English language, move things around. So that's what you use the move tool to do. You move things around. So and sometimes you use the move tool to drop a tool. If you have picked a tool before, for example, let's say I'm using this tool now and I'm done using the tool, I can come to move to, or okay, I can just easily go to the next tool I want to use and use it. But if I don't want to use any of the tools again, maybe I want to adjust or do anything in the design, I want to adjust my text or anything, I'll then come and click, I'll drop the tool, I'll come and click on the move tool to adjust whatever it is I want to adjust in the design. So you can see now that I'm trying to centralize, I'm trying to balance this image I brought in such that the space above is equal to the space below, the space on the left and on the right is also the same thing. So yeah. So are we learning? Yeah, so that's how that goes. So I'm just going to do a little design with this. Okay, let's gonna go there yet. So then we have this marquee tool, the rectangular marquee tool. So what this rectangular marquee tool does is used to make selection. Let me bring an image in. Um, hold on for me. I want to look for an image I can bring in. Okay, let me bring in this image. So this rectangular marquee tool is used to make, for example, let's say where I want to remove, I want to delete something here. I just simply drag it on the area I want to drag it on and click on. Okay, it's a smart object. Look at it as a smart object. So I need to rasterize it first before I can make edit on it. So you see what I was teaching us about smart objects now. So I can't directly make edits on a smart object. So I have to rasterize it first, or I click on the small icon, I go and make the edits in the smart object layer, then I save it, then it comes to apply on the major image. So but then I don't want to do all of that long journey, so let me just rasterize it. Yeah, so I go back to my marquee tool. So you use it to make rectangular selection. So yeah, let's say I want to select this area, then I just delete it. So can you see that it's deleted? And if I want to remove the selection, I want to remove this, I'll just press Ctrl D or Command D if you are using a MacBook. Ctrl D, that's to deselect. So you see that I've removed the area already. See that I've removed that head with the rectangular marquee tool already. So that's what the marquee tool does. It's, you can apply it in many areas. So maybe you want to cut something, a part of an image you want to use using a rectangle, or whichever way you can use your marquee tool to achieve that. So we also have the elliptical marquee tool. That's the marquee tool that looks like a circle. So you can just draw it over the area you want to remove. So once you draw it over the area you want to remove, you can press your backspace or your delete, then it automatically removes the parts you are trying to work on. So do you understand? So yes, so that's how the rectangular sorry, that's how the elliptical marquee tool works. So we have the lasso tool here. This is the polygonal lasso tool. So anytime you see, yeah, sorry, I forgot to show you something on the move tool. So if you right click on the move tool, you see something like artboards. So what artboards does is that it helps you to be able to do at least open two or more designs on the same canvas. So if I click on If I click on the artboard now, so it automatically creates, it puts this design into an artboard. You understand me now? So sorry, let me remove this. I think I overstretched the. So click on artboard and I come here, drag it over the design. So it makes it a artboard. So look at the plus sign. If I click on the plus, it duplicates it above it. If I click on the plus on the right, it duplicates it. So that's what artboard. So in case you are doing carousel designs, you are doing a design has so many um content you want to write leading to one another, you can make use of artboards to achieve what you want to achieve. So that's how artboards work. So what I was saying the other time is that anytime you see a small rectangle, triangle under a tool, tells you that there are other things in that tool. So if you like, for example, this move tool now, there is artboard inside it, and then look at this marquee tool now. There are two tools inside it, and take note of the shortcuts by the side. So that's M for marquee tool, and then V for move, V for the move tool, and the artboards as well. So that's how those things apply. So then we move forward, come to the lasso tool. This is the lasso tool here. So we have the original lasso tool, we have the polygonal lasso tool, and we have the magnetic lasso tool. The three of them have different functions. So let's pick the first lasso tool and let's see how it works. So this lasso tool allows you to draw free form over your objects. You can see what I just did is that I held down on my mouse and I use my second finger. I use one finger to hold down my mouse on the left side, and I use my second finger to hover around the image to make selection. So lasso tool is also used to make selection. So I hover around where I want to make selection and it makes the selection for me. So if I want to move it out, I just press Ctrl J. If I want to, or I right click. If you right click, you see layer via copy. Simply means that you should copy that selected part out of the whole image. That's what layer via copy means. Some of you are already, you see that we're already entering deep into Photoshop. The person that was asking, please, when will the real Photoshop start? So you see that you're already learning so much already. Some people are getting confused, so you can rewatch. So if you click on layer via copy, it automatically duplicates the selected area out for you. So if I unclick this layer now, can you see that is the selected area that it duplicates? So that's because I use layer via copy. But if I use, supposing I decide to use layer via cut now, lasso tool, yeah. Supposing I decide to use layer via cut, it will cut that area out. So from the main image, look at it now. It has already cut the it has already cut the area out of the image. So it's this concept of selection tool that they use in removing background from an image, removing background and changing background. So which will be your assignment for the next class? You remove background from an image, change the background, and I'll tell you what text to write on it. So probably we'll go and download the image by ourselves. I'll show you how to remove the background in Photoshop and then add other things you want to add on the assignment. Then you do it and submit it against next class. So this is where I was, because I already say this is already 8:35 and I have to round up before 9. So I'm going to stop at lasso 2 for today. I will show you how the 3 lasso tools work. Then we'll do a class exercise, a class activity based on the lasso tool. And I give you an assignment that you will do with the lasso tool. But just give me 30 seconds. I need to take water. Because I said water yesterday. Somebody mimicked me and said water today. Just give me a second. Okay, so thank you for allowing me to have some water. All right, so let's go. I'm going to delete this image now. Yeah, I'm going to delete this image. So we'll go online and look for another image that we'll use for. Let me delete everything here. As a matter of fact, what image now? I'll do my own, so you do your own. Don't do what I've done. Oh. I don't want anybody to do what I have done. I'm just simply going to go to Google and say image of, let me put HD. Can help Google to give you quality images by adding HD. Image of a man working working on a desk with his laptop. So I just went to Google to type that. Oh. So let me look for an image. That's what I want. Google is not where you will be getting your images going forward. After, I just wanted us to use Google because I don't want to jump to some other things that we would have taught us. So that's why I just use Google. But let's just do Google for now. I'm trying to look for an image that best fits what I can use. Okay, so let me use this. Okay, so let me use this image. You can use any image that you want to. Oh, I can't even use this because it's showing a file format that I won't be able to bring into Photoshop. So let me not use that image. Or let me just simply do let me go the copy and paste route. So let me just copy. Then come to Photoshop and paste it. So then I want it to give me picture of a desert. Okay, let me see what can work. Let me see what can work. I think this can work. Okay, let me see this. Yeah, let me copy this. And I bring it into Photoshop. Okay, so follow me. Follow me very quickly. So follow me very quickly. So I told you that this lasso tool, lasso tool, the first one is the free hand lasso tool. If you use it, you just makes quick selection around the object. Yeah, 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 yeah. So can you see now? The selection is not really perfect. So it's not perfect like that. Let me zoom in so that I can see what I was. I will repeat it again because I know it was not zoomed in. So with the freeform lasso tool, you can just do like this. Hold down your mouse with your with one of your fingers, then use the other finger to hover around the area you wanted to select. You see, but it will not be very perfect. So but it's just for you to make a quick draft, but we won't be using that. Then we also have the second one, polygonal lasso tool. What this polygonal lasso tool does is that it helps you to make anchor points when making your selection. For example, you bring it to the point you want to start from, I hope you guys can see where shadow is applicable here now. Look at this table. You can see the shadow here. You can see the shadow under his shoes. Under his shoes rather. That's how shadow is applicable, not under rectangle. So yeah, except at the level of mastery when you can break that rule. So you click, once you make the first click, look at it, you can drag anywhere you want. I'm not holding it down like the first lasso tool, like free form lasso tool. I'm not holding this down. So you over to the next point you want to anchor on rather. So then you continue. When you get to the point you want to anchor on, you just tap on your mouse, then you continue dragging it, you tap, continue dragging, you tap, continue dragging, you tap. So you are able to make all your selection. So that's how the polygonal lasso tool works. And the magnetic lasso tool, now this is how magnetic lasso tool works. It makes the anchor for you by itself. All you just have to do is that you just have to keep dragging, keep dragging, keep dragging the area you want, keep dragging. It continues to make the anchor points for you by itself. So that's how the magnetic lasso tool works. You just keep hovering over the surface where you have, so it will make the anchor points that the polygonal that you would have had to make by yourself using the polygonal lasso tool. So the magnetic lasso tool makes those anchor. It's just like a combination of the free form lasso tool and the polygonal lasso tool. That's how the magnetic lasso tool works. So let me quickly use the magnetic lasso tool to make the selection I want to make round, so that I can do the assignment for us. I can do the sample for us rather and give us the assignments. So you can see the way I'm doing it. I'm not holding it down again. I'm just hovering it around the areas I want it to select for me. So what I'm trying to do to this is that at the end of the day, I want to change the background. So with the lasso tool as well, we are going to do an assignment. Just give me, I made a mistake there. Yeah, it might not be perfect now because I'm trying to rush because of time. But in the next class, I will show us perfectly. Don't worry. I will show us perfectly how to do it. There are even faster ways of doing it, but you also need to learn this one too, so that you not be an half-baked designer. You will not say who taught you graphics. You will not say is one boy like that to one Emmanuel like that to. No, don't mind me. So my two spanders not even letting me see what's going on here. Yeah, so I'm trying to, as a phone user, you want to attempt this assignment, yeah, so I'll let you know how you can do that as a phone user. So just go to remove BG to remove your background. You understand what I'm trying to say? Go to remove BG to remove your background. Then you go to your phone software and you put it on the background you want to use in your phone software. That's all. Then you are good to go. Yeah. See, now I'm making my selection around the guy. Even though I'm trying to rush, I think I'm still able to achieve something. So now, can you see now we are done making the selection? Can you see that it has made the selection around the guy already? So what I just simply do is I come here and I right click, or on the layer of the guy, I just do Control J or Command J to duplicate the selected area. So I do Command J to duplicate the selected area. So that's gone now. From the initial background this was his initial background. Let me increase it for you to see clearly. Yeah, so this was his initial background. So I removed initial background. Then this is his new background now. So I'm making him work from a desert. So this is actually not realistic because I'm rushing. I'm rushing. So look at it now. It looks like as though he's working from a desert. Then I can now use those tools I've taught you guys before, those adjustments that you have worked on, try to do contrast and all of that, then to now work on the background. The background is too light, so I want to reduce the brightness a little, then do some work here. Can you see that? Let me clip it, create clipping mask. So go, just do some tweaking, some touches here and there, exposure, just tweak it a little bit, you know. Yeah. So do you understand what I just did there? Let me go through comment section. I know a lot of us are completely lost. Ah, this is where. So yeah. So let me come to my see your text two here so that you don't ask me where did I get my text two from. We come to text here. So let me just write the one. Okay, let me just write I changed I changed the background. So going forward, some of you submitted on WhatsApp, so we can submit on WhatsApp. For those of us that don't want to submit online, so you can submit on WhatsApp. I will definitely get to see your assignment. So change the background. If you made a mistake while using the Lasso tool, just simply press backspace. Just press backspace on your keyboard, then it will go back for you. Just simply press backspace. So I'm thinking of a text that we can put uh, behind. Or you know what? Don't let me disturb you guys too much. The only thing I just wanted you to do is change background. Don't put any text on it. From one image, in fact, I think I would have made you do so much already. By even asking you to put text. I just need you to show me the first image you downloaded, the second image you downloaded, remove the background using the lasso tool, then place it in the new background. That's all. That will be your assignment. So don't let me take you too further, stressing you. So let me take one or two questions before I go. So please quickly drop your questions now before I go. If the magnetic lasso tool is not your own version, that means your version is a bit backward. Oh. It's not 2022. I am using a 2022. So just use the polygonal lasso tool to do your assignments. If you have that, just use the polygonal lasso tool. When you select the wanted part, the remaining will not automatically clear out. Oh. You have to press Ctrl J to duplicate the selected part on another layer, or you right click on the selected area, you see layer via copy. That's if you want to copy the selected layer out, or you see layer via cut. That's if you want to cut the selected layer out of the main layer. So that is how that works. I've already told phone users what to do. In Photopear, images are not clear. Photopear can never be like Photoshop. Don't compare the two softwares. How to delete the lasso tool? Once you are done with your selection, you press the Control D. You understand? Press the Control D to deselect. Then you go back to your move tool. Then you move the image you have already cut out around. So once you press Control D is to deselect the area you have already selected. If you make mistake with the polygonal lasso tool, you just simply press backspace. It will go back to the last selection. If the mistake is not on the last anchor point, press backspace again till you get to the anchor point where you made that mistake, then you continue again from there. How do you zoom in, zoom out? Control and plus. Yeah, control and plus to zoom in, control and minus to zoom out, control and plus together to zoom in, control and minus to zoom out on your keyboard. That's how to zoom in and zoom out. Maybe you don't know where it is, because I'm also using the same 2022. So yeah. So let me explain the three lasso tools again in 1 second. These are the three lasso tools. The first lasso tool enables you to just draw around, just like you are making a drawing. So that's how that one works. So, but it doesn't really help you to impute anchor points on the point you want it to be making the selection. It just allows you to draw over the subject. But the polygonal lasso tool allows you to manually tell it where you want your anchor point to be by clicking on the point by yourself. You just click on it, waka waka, you drag it over to where you want it to be, you click on it, drag it to where you want to be, you click on it. So that's how it works. But the magnetic lasso tool works like the free form lasso tool here. It makes the anchor point for you by itself. All you just have to do is to hover it around the area you want to select. Then the magnetic lasso tool begins to select. The magnetic lasso tool is like the combination of the free form and the polygonal lasso tool. So do we understand that now? We have not even gotten to masking the selected area, so don't take us to masking yet. Don't bother about shadow now. Don't bother about shadow, please. Don't bother about shadow now. Okay, to bring the image to the top, you just come to your layers and rearrange it. Whatever you want to be at the top, you arrange it at your layers panel. Do you understand? You arrange it at your layers panel. Whatever you want to show at the top, you bring it up. You can arrange your layer panel by just holding down and adjusting it and shifting it around like that. So to deselect, I've said it before, to deselect, just press Ctrl D to deselect. So I will stop sharing my screen now. Uh, it's about time we wrap up the class. So have you been blessed by today's class? If you have learned a lot, let me see it in the comment section. Lasso tool is spelled Lasso, not Laso. So I believe we have learned a lot. So let me see that. If you have learned a lot, let me see that in the comment section. I have learned, I have learned, I have learned. I know a lot of us still have questions. Questions can never end. So don't worry. Class will soon end, and I'm trying to just wrap up now. I'm trying to just wrap up the class now. So I hope we learned a lot. Yeah. So I'm justified to. So please do your assignment and submit. Your assignment once again, get 2 images. Might not be my own idea. It might be even yourself and it may be a UK background. Remove your image, put it in the UK background. That's what I want to see. And make it realistic. Oh. Unlike your head will be taller than Big Ben in UK. So make it realistic. Like if somebody sees it, they will think, oh, you are actually there. So that's just what I wanted us to do. We can just any image at all, just bring it into another background. That's what I wanted to achieve using those tools and make proper selections as well using those tools. So till I come your way next time, next week or upper week, whatever time we have to spend together again, I remain Emmanuel Adeyemo. See you next time. Bye bye. God bless you all.